Ah, live. I am live. Live from down under with my sword in hand. Oh, look at this. We're going to have a digital crusade, everybody. This is what we're having. And guess who started it? Tucker Carlson. All this shit he talks about being peaceful, look what he just did. Started a crusade. What do you think of the minute you think of a crusade? Which is what we're in. Okay? Like, the problem is, right, is there's a couple of things you could think if you were preparing for a crusade. You could think, fuck, I need to build a nuclear bomb. I need to block this fucking oil thing. I need to, make all these balsa wood drones. I need to pay Tucker Carlson to promote Islam subconsciously by placing the Virgin Mary of Islam behind him constantly in every one of his shows. All of these things. This is what you could think, right? You could say, as the Islamic regime, we are going to pay the best of the best, and the best of the best is obviously Tucker Carlson, and we're going to pay him to mass broadcast, to mass distribute, and do what he does best, right? Why would you go get some unknown figure? You're going to pay the best of the best. And we're going to use him as a mouthpiece, right? Like a pyramid hierarchy, so that we project power down from Tucker Carlson down to the people of America, using all types of false representations of Christianity and religion and all these things, and you miss the whole point. You miss the whole point that the Crusades was about a bunch of fucking people that weren't even that religious going and fighting Muslims in the desert with swords, right? Like this. Now what is this? This isn't a sword. Everybody chill out. I was going to get a knife and stab it into the table, but this isn't my table. That'd be disrespectful. It'd be incredibly disrespectful to stab a knife, like a kitchen knife, into a table. It's not mine. I don't even want it like that. Like, that's as hard as I'll hit this. When I place things down, I place them down really gently. I have absolute respect for this kitchen table or this dining room table that is not mine. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave the kitchen knife. I'm going to leave the Britney Spears, nonsense behind me. And I'm going to pick up this. The thing that every single child around the world should have had access to at some point. It's a stick. It's a stick about that long, about yay long, and it's meant to represent a sword, the pinnacle of, chivalrous, like, noble warrior culture is the sword, right? Now, people think that it might be because it's a really good killing device, right? And you'd be wrong. Well, you'd be right, but you'd also be wrong. The wonderful thing about a sword is that it can be like this, it can be like this, and it can be like this. It can be buried. It can represent a lot of things, right? The sword, what it basically represents is two people meeting, with the constant reminder of impending doom, to have a civil discussion. Pretty wonderful thing, even if it's not a real sword. Even if all of that historic precedent, right? Because this is the other thing. When there were swords involved, you would meet like this, right? And there would be other people there. So two people would meet, they would have swords like this. Then there'd be people behind them with swords. Right, and they would talk. Then there'd kind of be this like crowd participation, where the crowd would interact. All these people that had been convinced to come and fight on a battleground would have this like murmuring. They'd be like, no, my sword's not even that sharp. Then they would decide whether they're going to have a real fight. Now, if the fight was going to actually take place in the form of a crusade, then it's kind of man on man. Across the fucking land with these swords, individual. Sometimes it's two men on one man. It's a fucking all-out fight with swinging fucking bits of really sharp metal. Okay? And then, again, there's a crowd murmuring. There's a point where those crowds, the people hitting like, for ages, right? Lots of noise and blood and guts and shit flying. There's a point where one of those crowds of one of the sides decides that this is fucked and I want to go home, right? And when enough of them say, this is fucked, I want to go home, the war is ended. That's it, the battle is ended. Okay? Sometimes the battle ends before it even starts. But the important thing to know is that if you are behind a man with a sword, which Tucker Carlson indeed has a sword, okay? He just doesn't have the balls to fucking show it, because they're tucked way up inside his ass. He has a sword, and if you're lining up behind him, you're in the wrong fucking place. You should jump over to fucking this side, and then he will fucking realise the error of his ways, and he will jump behind us as well. And if we all do that right now, there's a good chance none of us need to use our swords. Right, there's a good chance I can convince the majority of the world to replace a fucking stick, replace this thing, with this thing, right? I've already declared this is my phone. I hate them. They're a gross, disgusting device. They should not be used. Like, if I go to someone's house, right, and they're like, could you butter that bread? And I'm like, oh, and they're like, can you please not wave that fucking sword around my house? For fuck's sake. Same as if I go into a shopping centre, right? This is a sword now. Officially, this is a sword. Or we just continue to fucking, I don't know, drop intercontinental ballistic missiles at each other, pop shots and fucking chemical warfare and psychological warfare and fucking, you know, biological warfare and blow up fucking refineries and blocks, you know, all that shit. That was really all avoidance. It is all avoidance because men don't want to fucking swing a big sharp bit of metal around. But I do. I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait. This is my favourite fucking thing to do, okay? So because I can kind of see it's like we're not going to get back to fucking actual sword fighting, I had to fucking figure out what's going on and then declare that basically every single man in the fucking world is a pussy, right? And I'm turning this fucking sword into this right now, okay? Man on man. This is how it works. We're going to create a fucking app. Basically, if you would like to have a crusade battle, you fucking pick someone. If you've got fucking beef with someone, you pick them, you send them a message, it goes to an international audience, and then it is a fight to the fucking metaphorical death until one of those people is decided by a crowd of paying fucking onlookers that that person has won. Now, how do you strike blows, right? You just destroy their argument over and over and over again. Like if I go, Tucker, you're not allowed to fucking criticise Donald Trump's manifestation of his religious fucking whatever, while you have the Virgin Mary of Islam on a fucking poster behind you. Hey, and then if I had a crowd, I'd be like, who agrees that I won? Did I win? Run! Did I win? And everyone would go, yes. Obviously, that Australian just won that battle between Tucker Carlson and himself. Right, then once that's happened, then I can go, well played, Tucker. Well played. You know what I mean? Shall we sit back and watch the next battle, right? Where it might be some taxi driver from Iran has a battle with some taxi driver from New York about the complex fucking nature of fucking this spiritual fucking war that we're in. Yeah? And then we have enough people watch. You know, you maybe put money in. It's just like gambling. Yeah, if you're gonna put your life on the line, you better put some money on the line. You better put maybe $1,000. Otherwise, don't fucking lock up. I've put more than $1,000. I've put like 6 years of combined fucking, you know, crazy amounts of fucking work and like my family's legacy and all these things. And still, right, it's like that's this fucking sword. That's Tucker Carlson's sword, right? And it's like, you little dick. You've been famous for ages. You've been world famous, you know what I mean? You've been paid millions of dollars by Fox News. You sell fucking nicotine and do all this shit, and it's like, and you're left having a battle with some fucking Australian homeless person, you know, and he disgraces you by saying, that's your little sword, Tucker, throw it away. Right, put it away, Tucker, for fuck's sake. You dare fucking pull that fucking sword on me again, and I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the fucking face. Okay, and then everyone goes, whoa! Right, that's just a preview. I'd say at this stage, Tucker and I are finished. You know, our beef is done. You know what I mean? I'll happily have him at my barbecue and we'll fucking crack a fucking beer, a non-alcoholic beer together, and then probably get stoned and watch fucking Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. We'll probably get stoned to go fly fishing. I don't even know if Tucker smokes weed, but fly fishing will be on the cards to say Tucker Carlson was involved. You know what I mean? And it's like, how about if you're going to talk about fucking Jesus and Christianity and Catholicism and all these things, it's like, why don't you stick Virgin Mary on the other side? Instead, why don't you stick both of those bitches in the fucking drawer and stick old Jesus up there? Yeah? Because that's what this whole thing's about. This is a crusade, mate. This isn't a, I don't know, a knitting party or a fucking crochet fucking arrangement. We're not talking about haberdashery, we're talking about fucking hideous fucking global warfare, okay? And you're playing a fucking ridiculous game with a tiny little baby fucking sword that you should be embarrassed with and you should just put it back in the drawer, okay? Your sword, it belongs like in some type of Lego man. Yeah? Now, I don't know how this all works, right? I know that there is some type of Lego war going on. And this is like, great, this is kind of all part of the fun. The Lego war, that's going on right now. That's a little Lego Tucker Carlson. I'll stick him up there. And when you see him in real life, and you go like, oh, that's him there. That's like little Lego Tucker Carlson. There, he's only a tiny little Lego man. Despite having all this, total global broadcasting reach and potential, his argument is only as small as a little Lego tiny little thing. And so it's not polite to kill a leg. It's just like that. Oh, his helmet fell off. Do you know what I mean? And then everyone can go like, yeah, wow, that's like humility. He didn't kill him. He didn't like humiliate him, really. And then as soon as I've knocked him off his perch, I'm like, Tucker, you stand back up there, mate, because you've contributed a lot, and I don't think that this shortcoming right at the last minute. Can you see him there? He is there. He's right there, okay? I don't think this shortcoming in the last minute should affect your fucking global, reputation and all these things. And just because you didn't come up with it, you know what I mean? You've got a lot on your mind. You've got a lot on your mind, and you should stay right there, because you're a vital fucking part of this, okay, Tucks? Right. So now, who wants to get involved? To get involved in this investment, you need to send, I don't know, your interest. You need to basically start talking, and then we'll listen on the phones, and we'll be like, yeah, there's interest. Oh, there's interest, all right. There's interest. Of course, this is the best solution ever. Because unless we have man-to-man Mortal Kombat, represented by, on the line, basically Fast and the Furious, like battle to the death, $1,000 down, audience participation, all these things. And we need to get to arguments. It's like you just need to talk shit until one person surrenders or till the crowd of hungry fucking consumers votes you down. Like Big Brother. It's like Squid Game, but it's better. Because you're not versus a fucking stupid fucking weird little robot thing. That's dystopian shit. That's Tucker Carlson. Right? Tucker Carlson is that bitch off the fucking Squid Game. Right? Because he's a global fucking identity. No one knows who the fuck I am. That's why it's so important. You can't have Tucker Carlson being the Squid Game fucking person, because that's too much like Squid Game and not enough like the Crusades. You don't get to have your own sword. You know what I mean? And it's just great. It's like, oh, you won that battle against that fucking dude, by talking shit against his fucking religion, and it's just an entire industry of crusades. Yeah, this is what the Crusades was actually like. Yeah, it was a business. So nothing's changed. It's just we've gotten way better at it because we've been doing this for fucking ages. And it's like the Islamists are exactly on board, because it's not about so much about finding out which is better, Christianity or Islam. It's more about finding out who the best warriors from each are, so that we can protect against the fucking useless fucking lunatics trying to fucking enslave us all. Right, so it's that's all it does. At the end of the day, you have the best warriors from, and we're talking in this sense, right, which Islam has a high level of influence. And there's language barriers, there's all types of things that we've got to solve, but we've got ages. This crusade isn't a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of thing. Right, we're basically going to turn what could be a button press and the whole world destroyed. We're going to turn that into a 100-year crusade. Okay? In the flick of a switch. Just like that. 100-year crusade on these things. Using our voice. Using our explanation. My assumption is that we're going to find ourselves quite close at the end. Like anyone does when they play sport together. It's just a sport in the spirit that we deserve. It's a sport in the spirit of our ancestors who fought with Mortal Kombat against each other in the fucking desert to appease our fucking dedication towards the Lord. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good fucking idea. And then the other thing is, now that these are being used as weapons of war, we should not use them for everything else. Okay? Basically. It's like, don't have one of these unless you want to risk getting the thing. It's like, and that's the same as social media. It's like, anyone can challenge anyone on social media at any fucking time. That's the only way it can work. But if you want to talk about fucking looks maxing, which I think we should go a bit easy on that fella, yeah? It's like, that's a whole lot better than lots.
And along the way I picked up a few tips that truly make a difference. Tip number 1, don't skip number 1. I know it's tempting to jump straight to the body repair treatment, but this is key. It's our new body resurfacing treatment. This luxurious serum helps remove dry, dull skin without scrubbing, so you feel smoother and more hydrated. Number 2, how you apply really matters. When I use the body repair treatment, I take time working it into my skin. This is the Crepe Erase magic to make your skin look smoother, more toned, and it feels wonderful too. And tip number 3, use this every day.
Right, which is what it's like. The thing with the crusade is it's 2 teams, really. It's the Muslims, the Christians, right? And then there's no gangs, right? What I've seen for the majority of my life is a big fucking group of pricks ganging up on someone, and it's fucking gross, right? And this will end this in 5 seconds flat, because it's like, if you're a gang and you pick on someone and that gets floated out in the metaverse, prepare to be fucking bombarded with constant fucking challenges. And then you're at the thing, it's like, you either accept the challenge, you know, and potentially show that you're actually a man after fucking being such a ridiculous human and trying to beat someone to death in a game, or you fucking do what you're probably going to do and you surrender and you don't accept it. Because this will prove once and for all, it's like, people in gangs are fucking pussies. Yeah? It's not what we need. Because basically a gang is slow, dumb, and fucking retarded. It moves fucking too ridiculously slow. In tribal, a gang is basically a tribe, and a tribe that didn't change anything. You know, they changed one thing every 100 years. Right, so it's too dumb. Every single innovation that we're going to do across the world needs to be done by one fucking person, and they need to be fucking proved in the fucking fire, in the flames of fucking combat. And combat's going to be done like this. It's not going to be done in, you know, jiu-jitsu or fucking karate or fucking kickboxing and shit like that. It's not going to be done like that. It doesn't work. You're going to have to run a gauntlet of fucking international banks, international corporations, international governments, you know, media companies, insurance things. That's a lot of fucking talking. A lot of talking. And not talking from a soapbox that you've been placed on with your little bow tie from when you fucking could put a sentence together. But talking from your own soapbox, from your own perspective. That's it. That's what we need to do. That's what we will do. And that is what is going to begin today. And I thank you, Tucker, for fucking, you know, humbly making the greatest sacrifice of humiliation. And if you're there, I'd shake your hand and say, you know, it takes a strong man to fail in these circumstances. It's like, perhaps if we met on equal terms and equal times and equal ages and all these things, like, you'd probably sling me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This symbolic representation of symbolic humiliation, symbolic defeat, and symbolic victory, and all these things is just a really, really crazy way to say that we're changing the fucking order of the world to fix a lot of things all at once, okay? Now I'm going to read the thing. Oh, here, I'll put this peacock feather next to it. Right, because you have been humiliated, but then you get to have the cool peacock feather, which is fucking sick. Look at that. Look at that. And that's kind of the thing as well. There is a way to be, you know, victorious in defeat. These are important things that we need to learn. Right, and it's way easier to learn these things on an individual basis. Right? And the crowd participation is vital. You know, no more of this fucking gang sneaks up on you in the back alleys with no thing. It's like, you're going to get found out and you're going to get bombarded and humiliated across every fucking platform if you participate in that shit. And there's no way you can get out of it unless you fucking, you know, unless you forge yourself into a fucking smart talking, intelligent person that can actually, you know, talk the talk of the current era. Not the talk of the fucking early 2000s, not the talk of the fucking hood, of the gangster fucking hip-hop fucking bullshit. You're gonna talk the talk of the fucking, of the long period, of the thousands of years of noble fucking, you know, combat. That was always regulated. If you participated in this fucking cowardly shit, you'd be humiliated and run out of town, you'd end up farming potatoes in fucking Siberia. You're sure as hell not gonna end up ever having a license to carry a sword, so just shut the fuck up and listen, cunts, for 2 seconds. Alright? I'm going to put my sword there, I'm going to read a couple of words from the English language. The wonderful language that is bringing you this presentation. I'm going to say a little thank you to Queen Elizabeth II, our wonderful monarch that laid the foundations for all of this. And yeah, I'm going to read 5 words from the English dictionary and 3 words from the French dictionary, and you take them and you do whatever you wish with those. The first word is downstream. With the direction of the current of a stream, farther down a stream, moving with the current. Right? So it is going to be a far better strategy for everyone right now in this fucking moment to turn off your mind, relax and float downstream. This is not dying. Swipe. Swipe, swipe. Colloquia, a sweeping stroke, like this. With full swing of the arms, as in cricket or golf. 2 wonderful sports that if you haven't played, you should learn to play, because they gave me the foundation of this. Because they are both symbolic representations of sword fighting. I didn't invent this, okay? We've already sorted this out. Within the British Empire, we've already sorted this out. This is golf and cricket, and Parliament. Golf, cricket, Parliament, right? Parliament got out of hand, so the golfers and the cricketers got together and we whacked them with sticks until they surrendered, swiped them. A lever-like device for raising or lowering a weight, especially a bucket in a well. So I've never heard of that, but we're swiping this bucket down in the well to bring up the water, which we can all drink from this morning. We drink from the water of the well of knowledge. A colloquialism to strike with a sweeping blow. Yep, we got that one. And a colloquialism to steal. I am in fact stealing a lot of things because I am a fucking privateer on behalf of the British Empire. Sometimes may be referred to as a pirate, okay? Privateer is how I prefer to be called, what I prefer to be called. It has a better history. It's people like Drake, Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow. No, I'm kidding. But it's a better thing, and you know, it basically means I have a license to be doing this swashbuckling, which is pretty fucking tame, isn't it? Pretty tame swashbuckling. So we've come a long way. Swipe. What's the other word? Okay. Oh, downstream. Swipe. Downpour. Heavy, continuous fall of water and rain. Right, that's basically it. This is the flood of knowledge. Okay? The downpour of knowledge. The flood of knowledge to fill the wells of knowledge that we put our swipe down in order to drink collectively from the fucking well. Talcum powder. Powdered talc or soapstone, perfume for toilet use. I don't know. I don't know. Talcum powder. Who knows what that is? Who knows what that means? See, I don't always know. It's like basically, what does talcum powder mean? It's like, well, whatever you think it means in this moment as you're listening to this and drinking collectively from the knowledge of the well of the fucking downpour. We learn about the symbolic new age, new crusade that will last 100 years, in which the Muslims and the Christians will battle it out with our words and discover the truth of our religions in non-violent protocol. So what did I have? I had downpour, no, downstream swipe, downpour, and alcohol. Last word. Knock. I like it when I don't know this word. Noctilucent. Shining at night, phosphorescent meteorol of clouds, very high and cirrus-like, visible during the short night of summer, and believed to be meteor dust shining with reflected sunlight. Isn't that just a wonderful way to end that? You know, type of like illuminated fucking dust from meteors in the night sky, you know, which is really what we all have come from and what we all return to. I think that's what religious folks say. Right, because I may be French, I may or may not be French, I'm going to read 3 words from the French dictionary. Right, it's called the French dictionary. I wonder what the word for dictionary is in French. It's probably not dictionary. Imagine the word dictionary was French, and that's the pronunciation. But let's just pick 3 words. This is so weird. It's like Juliet basically. Juliet. And this is even weirder. So it's like above Juliet, which is the 1st of July. July 1st. And then above it is Jufev, a Jewess, a Jewish woman. Juliet. And then, but actually what I put my finger on, sorry to be so specific, right, is LE14 Juliet. Le 14 Juliet. Le 14 Juliet is a national holiday in France and commemorates the storming of Bastille during the French Revolution. Throughout the country there are celebrations which feature parades, music, dancing and fireworks displays. In Paris, a military parade along the Champs-Élysées is attended by the president. Le 14 Juliet. Pretty substantial thing, I'd say, to land on, especially considering all of this. Vive la révolution, vive la France. Okay. Inaborable, inaccessible, prohibitive. And then above that, weirdly, is the inner, which is the Library of Television Archives. So the Library of Television Archives is inaborable, inaccessible. That might mean something. That might mean that, I don't know, maybe French television is off limits because they were particularly provocative with their propaganda. Maybe it's all television. Who knows? Basically, what we've got to understand is that television has been this, right? It's been war for a long time, most of it. Broadcast war, like Tucker Carlson just got exposed. And so there's lots of aspects of television that are subversively trying to trigger you into something, and we need to understand that in one foul swoop. Or swipe. Okay, we need to go like, oh, television. For a long time has just been a propaganda war between nation states, right? Because this is a crusade, this is a war between individuals with swords, ceremonially displayed this, so it's like on the individual basis we are now going to have the international conflict resolution revolution, the international conflict resolution revolution, on these individually, and you can pick out whoever you want. Right? So it becomes the thing, it's like, Tucker, if you want to keep on your fucking throne, mate, you've got to have a lot of battles. Right? You've got to have a lot of battles. You can't just keep going, no, I don't want to battle. The same with all the premiers, all the prime ministers, all the presidents even the king. You want to challenge the fucking king, you challenge the king. He will probably kill you. Metaphorically speaking, with his swipe. Okay, but it's like, that will be, dictated, and it's like we will have ways of like figuring out if you're a ridiculous person. Like, you have to basically earn your potential to pick a battle with someone by doing things. Okay, and then you can do it. And this basically makes, in one foul swoop, it humiliates all the comment section fucking heroes. Because there is another option. It's like, if you want to participate in legitimate combat, you can do it right now. At the flick of a switch. You've got to put some money down, then you can do it. This doesn't exist, right? Basically, they kept this at bay with time and complicated structures of like defense, which has never been the way. It's like, you could always, as a knight, go and knock on the door and be like, I want to talk to this person. We've got to get back. We've got to get those through points through, because there are people that have really important things to say, and they need to be able to get through. And they need to be able to fucking humiliate and disgrace the useful, place holders, the seat savers of this global fucking interconnected system. Last word in French. Bon bonheur. Good, bon. Bon repas. A good meal, restaurant, to be good at maths. Oh, hang on. Bon apport. It's actually bon apport. Fit for Bonagetta. Fit for the bin. Like it's not Bonaparte. C'est est bon à savoir. Savoir. That's useful to know. That's what it is. Right? C'est est bon... Oh, I'm so sorry, but I need a French person to say it. C'est est bon à savoir. That's useful to know. That is going to be the motto for this establishment, because it's, what a wonderful phrase. C'est est bon à savoir. That's useful to know. Because that, right? That becomes... not all these battles need to fucking end in death. You know what I mean? It's like, Fatima is basically the Islamic Virgin Mary, and when she's behind Tucker Carlson, it kind of exposes that he's playing for the Islamic team in an impending crusade with a mass broadcast system, of collected petroleum dollar money that is, being utilised to perpetuate this war. And it's like, he could just take place in this. He could he could participate in a man-on-man combat with swords, right? And then you'd use that thing, because you don't have to fight me. You could go bon est, c'est what it savoir, which means that's useful to know. You say that, you put that sign up, that's useful to know. It's like, yeah. Safe travels on your way, and then you fucking put the sword back. It's like, if that's where we get to, that's useful to know. You know what I mean? That's where we should be. That's really where we should be. In most fucking cases. But this constant provocation by our mass broadcast media, Tucker Carlson basically being the Mickey Mouse of that, just leads to this. It leads to like, there's lots of battles, but no one ever sees or hears anything. It's all just, so it's like, we're forced to watch Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson have the largest disconnected passive-aggressive discussion on earth. It's like, just talk to each other. And if you don't, then stop pressing send. Stop sending your shit out into the world. Yeah, you live in the same country, you're on the same fucking team. Right? We're not Americans, and we don't want to be Americans. Yes, yes. Whatever that fucking word was. Well, that's useful to know. And then maybe you can step off your little fucking high horse for a second, and jump off your little Lego fucking tower, jump down, have a little conversation in private with the ghost spirit of Queen Elizabeth, and be like, oh, wow, the English really are, they're really something to behold, aren't they? Like all this preparation, and they did it all for us, despite us, constantly bagging them out and telling them how shit they are and fucking thinking that we're better and all these things. They took all that time and money and they built this wonderful, alternative. And they even learnt to put away the fucking, to put their own sword away with the French, which is, we hate the French way more than we hate the Americans. So if I end this with that French word that I've now forgotten, that's hidden, buried under this fucking French dictionary, this English dictionary on top of it, and this rock here, Queen Elizabeth on top of that as well, with peacock feather borrowed from Tucker Carlson. Right. But I still did end it on a French word. Right. So whether the French people decide to accept me as their king in good time, because I obviously do not speak the language, I speak this devilish English tongue, but maybe they will, accept me as their king. Who knows? It's up to them. They had a big revolution. I don't want to fucking end up like Marie Antoinette with my head off. So I'm not going to force it. Yeah? I'm not going to force myself on the French. I'm not going to be like, hey, I thought maybe for the first time in the world that the French could just be left to their own devices. So I don't want to meddle with you. I don't want to force myself upon you, Emmanuel, unless you want me to. You'd have to basically beg me right now. You'd have to say, Shannon, I want you to come upon me with that ferocity, with that vigor, with that, you are definitely French. We embrace you as a Frenchman, despite the fact that you're speaking that devil tongue. So it comes down to Emmanuel. It's like if Emmanuel begs me, if he begs for me to come upon him, I will come upon him with my furious ferocity and veracity. So yeah, that's basically all we have to say about that. I'm going to go stroll around in the garden. I hope that this has found you well, Tucker, and I look forward to perhaps you explaining to me the intricacies of fly fishing, and then I can use that French word that's buried underneath all of this stuff, to thank you and say that's useful to know, because I know nothing about fly fishing, except the fact that the lakes in Tasmania are a wonderful place to fly fish, so perhaps that's a place we could meet at some stage to discuss the intricacies of fly fishing and to, celebrate each other's dedication to the lost art of diplomacy. Thank you.